the disparity, the inequality in our education system translate to a lot of elements that have contributed towards the socio-economic development, if there's any, of this country. And in our previous segment, we had a discussion with regards to the high unemployment rate. And my guess, was sort of, she was able to sort of bring it home, right? She was able to encapsulate. I think that's the reason why we decided that we're going to be running it, both issues systematically, because they are related. In this particular segment, we wanted to look at that and the issue that I just alluded to earlier and its impact. Your subscription and your sharing and your likes are very important. I'm your host, Simbisa Shengyon. I'm with my guest. Family, I'm actually persuading her that she should be very instrumental in being an intricate value and part of this family, because we need more than one voice. There's a lot of issues that deals with marginalization. Solo is that my maiden surname is Solo, so there's some interrelation somewhere there.
Something is going on.
Something is cooking. Something is brewing. But welcome you. We'll love to have you here. We'll love to have your views. But sure, you made an impact. You made an impact because what you just touched on, not a lot of things. I think in this country in South Africa, we're very superficial. No, can we just be honest?
Superficial country.
Hi.
Superficial leaders.
Man, kuninzi, man. There is so much. And that we look at top layers of issues and we don't look at underlying issues. And in underlying issues is that they vary. The same politicians that you're referring to, they come from those backgrounds. And I would have thought, for the life of me, that we would be in a state where those that understood, those that went through that hardship, would be able to bring salvation to others. Right? The inequality, the disparity in our education system. We just alluded to in the previous episode.
Nhongo.
13 years, no.
That's fine.
13 years and people come out not even having achieved anything. So for me, I wanted to also unpack that. Unpack it so that people can be able to understand exactly what does 13 years of misalignment of education mean. I think let's start from there.
If I miss answering that, please align me quickly. It's very important. You touched on something very, very sensitive. You are saying we have leaders who went through hardship or oppression, but they're not doing anything. Now, two things about a person that has been oppressed or victimized. Even from a family perspective, in a family way, there's abuse and violence. Two possible results. Either you become what they were to you, or you oppose it. There's no middle ground. I'm gonna have clash. No such thing as a middle ground. No such thing as I'm neutral. Actually, in your life, free advice from a developer. Actually, in your life, around the circle, if there's a neutral person, biggest betrayer. Be careful of the most neutral person. Oh, hi, baby. Hey, I can't take your side. I can't take my friend's side. There's no such. A neutralizer is the biggest betrayer.
There is
Similar to those political parties.
Oh my goodness.
Similar to those political parties who voted for budget speech to pass. But party, on condition we don't want VAT. Hey, there's no middle ground. There's no bill that gets passed in parliament with a condition. Which rules have you read? Which rules have you read? You can't pass a budget speech on condition that you reduce or you subtract. When you pass it.
You're making me laugh because
because I'm pissed at the fact that I'm pissed at the fact that there are actions essays and bossas or my boss or I don't know what that thing is. But you are now coming and you're like, hi, you are not even part of GNU.
Oh my goodness! Until the thing.
What are you begging for? You are not even part of GNU. The holder of GNU says, hey, Mafetch, there's everything wrong about this budget speech. You come, you're sulking for ministerial positions. Oh, young people.
No, hi, Shem.
Hi, this is a message for you.
No.
Oh, young people.
Yeah.
Watch this and watch it carefully. Every political party. Hey, I'm going to make a poster, actually. Please. Because I know young people won't Google. Every political poster that actually voted for that budget speech to pass, punish them. Don't vote for them 2026. Don't even beg them. They care less about you. Every budget speech that doesn't include young people and students is under my name, and I released a clear statement about that. Very undermining. You don't say anything about free education. I mean, if you are saying this is a priority speech, who's a priority? He says this speech when young people are sitting at the corridors of universities. And you don't call it state of emergency. You are telling us this is a priority speech, but you are not including them. You're not prioritizing them. You've rescued SAA, Sawaz. You've rescued Transnet, Sakumbula. You can't rescue students. You can't rescue students at corridors sleeping on the floor. Because your student, your child, is at Cambridge. Your child is overseas. Your child is speaking Chinese language in a private school in South Africa, by the way. Because these ministers agreed to a Chinese language. But never agreed to Swahili.
I like the way you sort of unpack the whole dynamic because...
And I'm sorry if I did not answer a question. I'm going to come to it.
You're going to exactly that. Because how you're sort of juxtaposing the true reflection of what most South Africans are going through and what the minority, remember you spoke about the minority and you said that no, there's no minority here. If we're going to be left out when we are the majority, in fact in Africa, if you look at the population ratio, it's youth, right? And so now you are looking at this issue and the dynamic that you are putting to the fore, it says a whole lot about the disparity that we do have.
Exactly.
Because, can we just be honest? From a township school, a child that will see, or a student that will get admitted into university or a college or whatever institution, you are seeing, some of them are seeing a laptop for the first time. Babuya in the rural areas, the level of schools sometimes that are there, some of them are studying in some villages. They are coming here and they're introduced to the system.
Let me bring you home.
Please.
When I got to Equilin East College, my lecturer, I forgot his name, white guy, teaching me pastel in financial management. He says, please put your hand on a mouse. Joe, we see a girl jumping. So we are concerned. We're thinking maybe it's a disease or what. This girl, the word mouse to her means rat. Agayazi computer.
I don't know. No, but I mean, geometry.
Legit. Now I'm bringing it home. Legit. She doesn't know what a computer is. She doesn't know what a keyboard is. She doesn't know what a mouse is. Now, overload mouse, but hey, that's a good one. She jumps. Eh?
The presenter is so much.
I'm glad that we are actually laughing over our real social economic issues that are disheartening. That's disheartening. I mean, and laughing is part of coping mechanism because if we were not strong women, we could be crying.
Yeah.
We could actually be running a mobilization campaign to say, cry, beloved country, and bring solutions. That's the gist of inequality. Where you get into a public school and there's no such thing as a school hall. When we know that we want free education, but nothing is directly free. So a school hall will at least allow us to have art night, theatre night. People come in, Mama 5 rand.
That you were referring to.
And we fundraise.
Oh my goodness, fundraising.
But we don't have what we call a school hall. Public school that doesn't have a ground. That doesn't have a soccer field. Where even township teams can request to practice there at the school and pay a fee a month. You don't have. We have soccer teams that are doing it in private schools. We have theatre night in private schools because there's a school hall. Actually, most of athletes, because I don't know what's the problem with us, we think career is theory. Sports is a career. It's rare to find a person coming from a public school pursuing that career. You know why? There are no facilities, no structure, inequality. When I drive, when you drive, when anyone drives a highway, looking at Saint what school, look, the facility is proper. Drive down, past Tembisa school. Oh my word. It looks like I don't know, chicken hub. Facilities are bad. Inequality. In fact, we must get to a point where as a country, as citizens, we ask, and this thing doesn't need just young people. Let's all ask as citizens, why the government over so many years hasn't built one university? All these institutions are from pre-colonial institutions.
Hey.
Which institution, higher learning institution, is built by our government?
Hey, no. You know, you get to, what is this organization? Is it AfriForum? That is
yes.
Afrikaans University.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is worth billions.
Exactly. And you have, what's this town? Orania. Marapega, try to take land, ne? When? Try to take land and build something. Hey, the red ants are coming for you. I heard there's a political party trying to build a school I don't know if it's true or not.
Sorry.
But apparently the municipality is not allowing them zoning and stuff. Try that. Red tapes. Red tapes. So inequality is so huge. So huge. I wanted to say something and I'm missing my thought. But we must get to a point where as a country, we pause and ask. There's always an excuse that 20 years is not enough, 30 years is not enough for a new democratic country. And we ask ourselves, is this democracy? And when you spell out democracy, maybe you must pause and say democracy. Because there's something crazy about this demonic system. There's something crazy. Because we have to pause and say, how many schools have you built? How many higher learning institutions have you built? Why did you cancel nursing institutions? Why did you cancel police institutions? Why did you cancel practicals? Why did you introduce this? Why did you cancel this budget? Why instead of few ministers do we have more? Why all of a sudden do we have 2 ministers, deputy ministers? How? Wasn't it DA that said these things of ministers are too many and deputies are too many? Now they're deputizing and ministering. Haibo.
And they're comfortable with
Haibo. Haibo.
And they're still hiring others
Haibo.
within their offices.
So we have parties that are within GNU that are deceiving us. We also have parties outside GNU that are also deceiving us. What's the turning point?
That's true.
In a system where young people are still not voting.
So, the inequality from that point of view that you just alluded to,
Sure.
then it fits into certain realms of us being able to be productive and us being able to, because when you invest in me, I need to be able to transfer it.
Sure.
The stagnation in our economy, can we look at it?
Sure.
And stagnation in our economy, some people are attributing to the fact that there is this shortage of skills.
Fact.
So, where is the disjuncture? No.
The disjuncture is at education. Grade 1 to grade 4. Let me learn how to write and speak. Grade 4 to grade 7. Let me experience different skills. I like animation. Give me animation now. Okay, actually, let's leave like grade 4 to grade 7. Teach me how to draw. Teach me how to plant. Agriculture. Drawing skills. Teach me how to fix technology. Right? From grade 7 to probably matric or grade 10. Teach me different soils. From planting now, teach me different soils. Right? Teach me different toys. Oh, I was fixing them. Teach me the difference. I was fixing a phone. Teach me the difference. I was fixing a laptop. Teach me the difference. I was drawing. Teach me now what art is. What a portrait is. What is an African portrait? What is a foreign portrait? Post-matric or towards matric. Teach me how to produce.
Hey.
I saw how to plant.
Hey.
I know different soils. How do I make the seed?
Sure.
Where do I get the seed? Because every young person that comes from the education system must not come out useless. Must come out with solutions of the country. And that's why education must be free. The reason you don't see why education must be free, because you know it's not an investment at this point. We are purchasing obedient slaves. But at the point where you know that you're producing manufacturers, you're producing problem solvers, you know that you are investing into the country.
They're producing entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Then it means the people you're producing won't go to Cuba, won't go to America, won't go to France. They'll be here. Because you also gave them a condition that free education means serve us first.
Okay.
Serve us first before we leave. So we have to discuss that in entirety. But I'm wondering, in Parliament you have 400 people. Are you saying no one is thinking of this? It's a lie.
No.
Impossible. You say
We're also determined.
the Nigerian says impossible, where the word impossible and can't are in one word. Impossible.
Are we not congregating as 400 and almost like perhaps maybe over like 60%? We're almost in retirement age.
In fact, the 400 minds are narrowed now. The 400 minds are now narrowed to GNU. The 400 minds are narrowed to progressive what? Progressive opposition. And they're just those parties that are just waving. You actually say your boss are. They're just waving. No way ATM. I'm not sure ATM is part of left or. But they're just those parties who are just nowhere to be found. PAC has changed now from being left far right. Right? So all these 400 minds are now narrowed to 3 institutions or 4. Idleness, GNU, left, right. And the country and young people must pause. Must pause. And refuse.
I think you've surmised certain aspects in which I'm hoping that you will come back. No, because I this is just one. Oh my goodness. Oh. This is just one of the discussions that I think needs to be explored further.
Sure. Let's come back and talk about Electoral Act.
Exactly. Let's unpack real issues where we can be able to have true dialogue. But you cannot end a discussion without what now and where to.
Sure.
That's the part that I want us to briefly summarize.
Sure.
And then from there, then maybe there's like 5 or questions that I would pose.
Okay. Interesting. 5.
Out of the blue. And then you tell me
Oh yeah?
where you fit in. And it must would be to say to you that the passion supersedes. Your passion supersedes. And individuals such as yourself, my goodness, they are few and far in between. So, let's talk.
Wow.
Where to now? Let's talk future.
Wow.
Let's
Wow.
talk this. Let's talk that. Let's
Wow.
talk that. Let's unpack that.
Well, I appreciate this space because it gives freedom to express that passion. Mainstream media doesn't allow that. They divert you to a specific place. Before I punch down, I want to say WhatsApp 074 510 2000. 074 510 2000. Facebook Nhongo Solo. So my name is Nhongo, Nhongo Solo, right? TikTok S Nhongo, my name with an H, remember. I had to say that because my passion along the way and I forget these things and like simtolap. And I know producers become uncomfortable to transfer contact numbers. But I'm saying Front Fanon, a philosopher, African philosopher, I must be proud of that, said, each generation must discover its mission, decide whether to fulfill it or to betray it. We are a generation that is called upon to fulfill the mission. God says to Jeremiah, I've called you and appointed you to be a prophet over nations. I want you to go out there and do what I command you to do. Say what I command you to say. Go where I command you to go. Jeremiah says, but God, I'm only young. God says, do not say that you are young, because I am with you to empower you. They will try to intimidate you, but do not be afraid. Most importantly, uproot, break down. Because these systems don't want you to join an existing system. Don't want you to amend an existing system. Doesn't want you to edit an existing system. It says break down, uproot. And the last punch says rebuild. Start over. Ask architects what it means when your house falls down. It means you can't just rebuild. It means you must go back to the foundation and start back to the foundation. And when we were young and jolling, there was Humpty Dumpty. But Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's houses, all the king's men. Couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. Don't try to put ANC back together again. It fell from a great wall. The reason Humpty Dumpty fell and could not be put back together again, he was too high. Pride, arrogance. When you fall from that, no one will put you back together again. It's dying, and release it. Let it go. As young people, let's unite and rebuild fearlessly. So I know it's a fearing message. Change is not easy. Change is not easy. Change is actually scary. But don't be scared. In fact, I think what scares us the most is the fear of failure. But God failed first. I know in church, you are from charismatic church. God is not a failure. God failed first. He was the first person to fail. Because when he created Adam and Eve,
he got Nhongo. You know.
God created Adam and Eve. I'm like, Adam, you need a woman. Be fruitful. Fill the earth. Subdue it. You have power over everything above and beneath. Control. Guess what? Oh, snake nyana came and here's an apple. How? They ate. God failed. They're like, okay, sharp. We failed, yeah. But look, there's plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty. It's okay. The seed that the woman will produce will kill the head of the snake. So there's nothing wrong in failing. Actually, fail is the first attempt in learning.
The closing of the whole thing is very it's very powerful. I love the message that you've just the whole thing for me, it just resonated so well. But I want Nhongo as a last parting shot. I know the producers are the last parting shot. I just wanted the last parting shot. The last parting shot would be way too from Nhongo perspective now.
From Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar, let's unite. Contact me. We are building a student forum, not just for South Africa, for Africa as a whole. Africa as a continent must unite. Africa as a continent must give quality free education, must build our economy so that we become a competitor to our West powers. Burkina Faso is doing it. Mali is doing it. Niger is doing it. Botswana is doing it. We can do it. Not just as South Africa, as Africa as a whole. So we are building a very strong, organized organization. We're going to agitate, mobilize, organize ourselves in making sure that we are a generation that is not going to fail the next generation, but fulfill the mandate of true liberation, which is total quality-free education. Aluta.
On that note, my producer is also saying aluta. How do you do the aluta part? Is it aluta, or how do you do? Show it. Is it that one? He's saying exactly the same.
Aluta.
Your sentiments are vibrating, aluta. Your sentiments are vibrating. The energy is beyond the energies that you find in this world. I think it's just those rare gems that are existing in this country. And do not relent. Do not relent in serving. Do not relent in doing what you do. Because my goodness, you're the best of it.
Making me emotional.
You are, my goodness, you resonate hope. You resonate that I can do it. You resonate future. And those three things are what constitutes a human being. So from us, now, so you have been one of those distinguished guests that would love to have back and really introspect and go deeper. We thank you. We are hoping this is not the end of us seeing you, that there'll be more that we're building, that there'll be more that we're looking forward to. But I also think that there has to be more in terms of being able to support your endeavors. And in that spirit, I think let's start something. It's a start, family. It's a start.
We are not ending, we are starting.
It's a start, family. It's a start. We'd like to thank you. No, thank you. Really, on a serious note.
Humbled.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, just one of those interviews that you have, and they're very humbling, they're very authentic, and it's not even an interview, it's a discussion. Please, I hate interviews. It's a discussion. So please, again, subscribe, share, click, like. You'll be seeing, she's coming back, by the way, that I promise you. But anyways, thank you for joining us. Thank you so.
Very humbled.
Thank you so much.
Very humbled. Thank you to the listeners.
Hey! Azia. Thank you guys.
See you soon.